I didn't come into the studio with a clear vision on how my guitars should sound on the album. It was more created along the way by BP and me when we recorded the guitars. I think we spent more time actually turning knobs on amps and pedals than we did playing the guitars. The end result was great. The only thing I knew before entering the studio was that I had this like fuzz pedal, and I knew that I wanted to use that on Far From Home to add some like dirt and grit to those long chords at the end. Apart from that, I wanted it to sound good, and it became good. Yeah.
So, Ricky, how come you're choosing this guitar for this part?
Well, I guess the Les Pauls have the sound we need for this song.
What's particular about the Les Paul? I mean, it's got a bit more sustain, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has tons of sustain, but it has that mellow tone in it.
So what are we using for this sound? BP, do you want to say something about that? What are we using for this sound? He's playing the Les Paul and it's hooked up to...
we're using the Marshall.
Which
Marshall.
one?
This one that goes to 11.
They both do, don't they?
The JCM 2000.
Yeah.
And some compressor stuff, which Richard has in his
What do we call... This is what we call Ricky's castle.
Yes.
Yeah, it's huge enough to be a fortress, I think.
It's pretty simple stuff, but it sounds pretty nice.
Yeah. So what we do, we tend to do is that we try out for every new sound or every part, we try out different amps and different combinations of the microphones on the guitars, right?
Yes.
And different effects sometimes. Sometimes we do the effects recorded and sometimes we do the effects in the production afterwards. And for this song it was particularly, in some ways, difficult because this is so simple.
Yeah. Simple.
And everything shines through, so it needs to be like just the perfect sound.
And it is.
And it is.
For the guitar sound on Marrow, I had this fixed idea that they should sound, a word that I used earlier, more earthy, which I guess means less high-end and more body to it. It was really important this time to get all the melodic aspects of the guitar parts across. You know, sometimes we have this down-tuned riffs, but covers a lot of strings. So to get that to shine through and really that the melodies carries out through the speakers was the main idea for me.
So here we are at Loppa Studios. We are working on guitar sound for Marrow at the moment. Let's see if we can see BP. So, what are you doing now?
Trying to make this sound proper.
So we're working on the song that has working title Purpose. It used to be Grizzly Muds, which is a bizarre title, but the thing is, a lot of the song was Mats' idea to begin with, and the thing is also that Mats has really long fingers. So could you show me that chord that both you and BP hate playing?
Yeah. This is the chord I really hate. It's like this.
Why is that so hateful?
Because this finger has to come across all these 5 strings while I push down with these 3.
It's unfair, right?
Yeah.
That's what you get when drummers get to play the guitar sometimes. He's not here, so we can say anything we want.
not have any specific idea for the sound before the recording. I seldom do. I think it's something that should complement and fit in with the sound as a whole for each song. And that is not always easy to hear before everything is in place. Luckily, I got BP behind the mixer, and it always makes a result I'm satisfied with. And I think also it's getting better and better for each time we make a record, so that's good. Good for the future as well.
You're working hard at the moment,
Yes,
or hardly working?
I'm working hard. This little piggy went to town. Bed, yes.
We are recording vocals for Marrow, and this is our new engineer, Mr. Montseboy.
Very new.
Very new. We're doing okay, actually. And we are at the moment recording the vocals for Stumble On. That's sort of a nod to Led Zeppelin, it's supposed to be. Here am I. And if you want to see, this is where I stand and sing. I even have a window, which is nice. It gives me a little bit of oxygen. Vocal sound can be a little bit difficult because at a certain point, if you get to a certain level of control of your voice, you really don't want that much of a sound. You want something just that conveys what your voice sounds like. You want to make the changes in your voice and not in the sound specifically. So a lot about vocal sound has to do with having a good enough microphone and having a good enough room, and then getting the right amount of compression from like the preamp. So it's more about finding a sound that doesn't disturb the sound of your voice and just promotes the right frequencies in your voice, and then just let the voice do the job from there, I think. And then afterwards, after you get that, then you start playing with like delay or reverb and other effects if you want to. But to begin with, it's about getting a true sound, an honest sound for your own voice, and then work from there, I think.
The noise subside, here's the moment when you know there'll be no one.
Well, I just want the drums to sound like drums. I just want a good acoustic drum kit sound, and also with definition. So yeah, that's basically what I want.